Hey folks, Kevin here. Well, it's July 27th, 2018. I haven't been posting a couple of videos in the last couple of days. Couple of reasons. One, I've been busy doing some of the routine stuff that's got to be done around here, weeding, equipment repair, and some maintenance as well. And we've had some rain recently. As I've mentioned before, we've been in quite a drought this year. Not unsimilar to recent years over the last 15 years. And so I've been looking forward to getting some rain. We got an inch, 1.6 inches total in over a month. Places around us have gotten 3.5 inches, just south of Syracuse in one day. Some places have been regularly getting an inch, inch and a half in a day. We've had a very light mist, and sometimes where it's actually raining some as well, which I do appreciate. So I haven't had the camera outside to do any shooting at all when it's moist, because I just don't want to ruin the cameras. But anyways, another thing I decided to do, trying to mitigate loss of water off the property, trying to get as much water going to the pond systems and our systems that we build on the property, and accomplish a couple of other tasks like this area that I've talked about in the past. So this is behind my neighbor's property here. We've been building it up gradually. This is a combination of hugelkultur pit sort of thing, similar to the videos that I've posted in the past about hugelkultur pits, where I dig down, dig out trenches, bury logs, and nowadays I'm stripping all the limbs off the logs or chunking it up like firewood, burying all of that wood, covering it over with the dirt. Then I either lay brush on it. Some of this area wasn't much brush at all. There is some in here, but it's mostly all wood chips, since we've had the good fortune of getting wood chips delivered to us when the people are in the area. And I've gone and gathered wood chips from the town when they have tree services coming in and dumping it there when they're cleaning out for the power lines, the utility lines. So this is buried wood underneath the earth, and then the wood chips on the top, and I call it sort of a hugelkultur back to Eden sort of system. And several years ago I knew I needed to have season extension, so this was actually over there was the lowest part of the property. So the property runs in the direction, the slope runs in the direction that that's behind me, which is at the further south and west you go on the property, the lower, the steeper the slope. So along this wall, just on the other side of the chicken coop and where the greenhouse is going and the work area is behind me here, that's where pond 5 is. And so by excavating that up and building the dam around it, that created somewhat of a raised southwest feature. Then when I put in the greenhouse and workshop, work area and the chicken coop, the earth that was excavated from that area built up more of the property line back there as well. So then I realized this was the lowest part on the property, at this part of the property. And so I started doing the hugelkultur and back to Eden to build this up, because I wanted to put a season extension. So last year I posted a video about going and getting a Gothic high tunnel. That's what's going to go up over here in the future. But I haven't gotten as much wood chips as I would like to get, and the water would start to pool in the area here because I built up the back end down there, the furthest end, because I knew that would decompose because it being much deeper as the property, the slope was much greater at that end. There's more depth to the woody materials, and therefore the decomposition, the compaction, consolidation of that area would be greater as well. So I kept building up the back end much more than the front end. Therefore water would pool in this area. And in a previous video I talked about, geez, I'm building up this whole hugelkultur back to Eden system way up there on the property, and burying the logs, bringing in all the tree prunings, and also bringing wood chips on the top of it as well. So that's up there, and I talked about, geez, I'm going to bring that water down in this direction. So while we had the water, I got Bumblebee out and Optimus Prime, it's the mini excavator and the front end loader, and I reshaped this area as well. So right behind me here is the area where I started making the spillway swale, from going way up there along the fence line, bringing it down and around over here alongside of the work area. So there's a swale system I put in here, then it wraps around behind the chicken coop work area and dumps into pond 5. So as a result, I was able to build this whole area up over here, and it's still not at the height that I want it to be at. It does have a gradual slope, but I want it high enough that when we get those soaking rains in the future, because all this is still going to compact down over time, I want to have it high enough that we aren't going to have wet feet. The plants aren't going to have wet feet in that work area, inside of the season extension growing structure as well. So that's what I've been doing. I shot a lot of GoPro footage, the chest-mounted GoPro. Not great. I did shoot a little bit of yesterday because it had stopped raining, you know, and I got the other GoPro out. So now I have two GoPros, a Hero 5 and a Hero 6. And so the Hero 5 I had on a tripod that could see what I'm doing, and the Hero 6 I had strapped to my chest because that has a little stabilization in it as well. I may add some of that video to this. I don't know. It takes quite a bit of time to dig out all that video, especially when you have the cameras running, you know, most of the day. So those are the things that I've been doing recently. I'm going to try and batch a few videos and post them over the next few days. I'm going to try and do a garden update as well, and possibly other videos. So that's it for today's video. If you found this of value, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, subscribe if you haven't subscribed, hit that bell icon if you want to be notified when we post more videos, and certainly by all means, folks, have a great day. Bye-bye now. you.